Hi everyone, so today we are going to see what is Bootstrap, why should you learn Bootstrap, is it a new learning curve, when should you start learning or using Bootstrap into your projects, and what is the prerequisite of learning Bootstrap. We'll also go through a simple example where we'll see how easy and simple it is to use Bootstrap into your projects. So coming to the first question, what is Bootstrap? So Bootstrap is a CSS framework that helps you write or design your HTML components without writing or knowing a lot of CSS. It helps you create beautiful UIs without actually writing a lot of CSS. So we don't have to waste our time writing CSS, and we can focus more on our business logic or our product itself. So coming to the second question, why should you learn Bootstrap? So I think the answer is pretty obvious. It helps you save time and also design beautiful components that might as a beginner you won't be feeling confident, or you won't be comfortable designing. So that is a great benefit of using Bootstrap. So a lot of people ask me, is it a new learning curve, learning Bootstrap and using it into your projects? So I would say, if you know CSS a little bit, okay, if you're a beginner at CSS, if you know how to give classes, okay, it is so simple. If you know to give classes to your HTML tags, it is pretty simple, and you can use Bootstrap to its fullest. So I would suggest you should know a little bit of CSS before diving into Bootstrap, because when you're going to use Bootstrap into your projects, it is pretty convenient if you know a little bit of CSS, so that you can modify a little bit of here and there to make the components look exactly like you want. Okay, so that is all about that. Now we are going to see a simple example of how we can use Bootstrap into our projects and how simple and easy it is. Okay, so first we can go to getbootstrap.com, where you can study and learn about Bootstrap. So in the installation, in the home page, you can get this installation steps, but we are going to use CDN link to use Bootstrap. So this is the CSS link. We'll copy it from here. We're going to create, okay, we are going to create a index.html, write some boilerplate code, then paste the link, the CSS link. Also for the Bootstrap, you can copy it from here and then paste it at the end, and everything is done. Now everything is done. Now you're pretty good to start learning and using Bootstrap into your projects. So a simple example would be, so let me open live server at this side. I'm going to use half window. Okay, I'm going to use half window for this. So let's say this is a button. This is a simple HTML button that says click me. Okay, so without Bootstrap it looks something like this. Let me bring it to the center. So let me give some style to the body. Okay, I'll just text align center and everything comes into the center. And also give some margin, top, let's say 10 rem. Okay, so now you can see that without using any CSS and just with bare minimum HTML, the button looks something like this. It looks very ugly. We can write a whole lot of CSS to style the button, but as we have Bootstrap installed, it is pretty simple. We can just use class btn and btn primary to, like, btn primary gives the color blue, btn makes it button, so it gives a little, like, when you hover over this, you can get some like this subtle effect which makes it look very nice. Okay, so BTN primaries for like blue colors. For using red, you can use BTN danger and it would look this red. For let's say for yellow you would use warning. For gray you would use secondary, and it is so simple, isn't it? And the button looks really nice without writing any CSS at all. So how can you learn about all these features? So you can go to this, you can come to docs, and then you can find all these things in the component section. So you can see the button, then you scroll over here, and then you can learn about all the properties that you can give to the button. For example, if you want this button to look to be transparent, so you can give outline, and then you can give primary, or let's say secondary. So it looks pretty nice, isn't it? And you can learn all about this from its documentation. It has so many properties. You just need to give classes and it would look pretty nice. So let us use a simple cards. Okay, so see, Bootstrap also helps you write or design your layouts. So like for example, grid layout and flex boxes. It helps you write all that thing, and without knowing a lot about flexbox or grid. So for example, I want to use this card. Okay, I want to use this card. Let me copy this from here and just paste it, and let's see. Okay, so the card looks pretty nice, isn't it? So if I want to bring it into the center, what can I do? Let me just enclose it into a div and paste it inside. So if I want to bring everything into the center, I can just say display flex. Okay, so dflex is short form for display flex, and then I can just say justify content center, and it brings it into the center. Let's say we have few more cards. I'm pasting 4 more cards, and it starts looking ugly, isn't it? It starts looking ugly. So it's pretty simple. You can use like Bootstrap classes to make it responsive. So we can use like flex wrap over here, and you can see it looks pretty nice now. So I can remove this, and it looks and it is even responsive. So you can see as you increase and decrease the size, it automatically adjusts itself. Okay, so you can see like this thing is working very nice. And for example, this is a blue button. Okay, so you want to make it red. It is so simple. See, we have used the button, and we use like primary for blue, and we use secondary for gray. Oh, there is a typo. Secondary for gray. We use danger for red. We used warning for yellow. So you can see like when you start using it, you will see patterns, and then you can easily grasp from there. Okay, so so whenever I build a small project, so for the UI I always use Bootstrap. Okay, so that was all about Bootstrap, and you can see it is so simple to use Bootstrap. You can just go into the documentation and read about whatever you need. You don't need to read everything, but you can read whatever you need. Like if you need popovers, you can just go into there and then see the popovers over here. Okay, all these things. You can go into the navbar section and then read about navbars. Okay, so it is so simple to design navbar using CSS using Bootstrap. You can learn about drop downs, spinners, toast. So like see that toast is looking so nice without any efforts. Okay, so if you go on designing this thing by yourself, you have to write a lot of CSS, I guess. But using Bootstrap, You can just do everything without writing nothing at all, like nothing. You have to write no CSS and you get all this various styling effortlessly. Okay, so I would suggest that you should go explore Bootstrap, use it into your projects, and then also let me know. So we are also going to record another video that will be coming soon. We are going to use Bootstrap and vanilla JavaScript to build a to-do application that will help you to learn and to know about JavaScript and JavaScript in general. Okay, so that was all about it. Thank you and have a nice day.